Hey everyone. Hope that you are preparing your nervous systems, preparing your calm systems, keeping a level head. We have a revolutionary, explosive, very mischievous conjunction happening on Monday. So that's that Uranus-Mars conjunction happening in Taurus, in the nakshatra of Kritika, symbolized by the flaming blade, and exactly aligned with Algol, the eclipsing binary star, the star that has two energies, the trickster star. Two stars that rotate in orbit around each other, eclipsing each other, which is located in the constellation Perseus, in the part of the constellation that represents the severed head of Medusa. So, as we know, the story of Medusa is a story of injustice, a story of victim blaming. Medusa was a very beautiful, very powerful, very wise priestess of Athena who was victimized and raped by Poseidon. And Athena victim blamed Medusa and was jealous of her beauty and her skills and condemned her, threw her out, and cursed her with a demonic physical feature. Made her ugly. She used to be beautiful, made her ugly. It gave her a head full of snakes. And then she began to kill men out of hatred. And then she was slain. So, yeah, it's a very diabolic myth. And these myths are here to illustrate the energy of the stars. So Algol is a very trickster energy. It has two energies because of that rotating, because of what it is. It's an eclipsing binary star. So on the one hand, it'll have this energy of oppression and injustice, diabolicness, and the other hand, it'll have the energy of lightening up, liberation. So when Uranus and Mars conjunct here, this is a whole new flavor. And it can play out, of course, in a multitude of different ways. So Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius, the sign of revolution, the sign of humanity, the sign of new technology. And Uranus comes with the power of a lightning bolt, the power of electricity to electrify us out of left field. Just out of the blue, wham, revolution is on. That's the energy of Uranus. And it's coupled with the energy of Mars. Mars is the planet of passion and of war, of strategy and of willpower, ambition, determination. And this is all happening in the sign of Taurus. Okay, so Taurus is a very steadfast, very slow sign, can be very stubborn, but also is quite a good space holder. I think Taurus is holding so much space for what is happening. And it's in the further division of Taurus known as Kritika. This is the nakshatra of Kritika, which is symbolized by the flaming blade, which cuts out negativity. And Algol is located inside of Kritika, so that's another reference to cutting and severing. So here we can be cutting off certain energy, severing ties, severing off certain energy. We could even be literally, accidentally cutting ourselves. There could be accidents that happen during this time, or somebody somewhere in the world, could be, getting a growth cut off. So this is about receiving or experiencing some kind of a trigger that catalyzes us to take action, to cut off, cut out, and remove something that was creating an injustice upon us, thus having us liberate ourselves. So this energy is like things get worse before they get better. We don't just go to revolution. We don't just show up at the doorstep of liberation. We have to go through the trigger, the action. And then we go through the fight, the cutting out, the severing part, the cutting ties, the parting ways. And then we arrive at the revolution. Then we arrive at the liberation. So on the world stage, of course, we are living in such uncertain times. There is so much diabolical energy on the planet. To think that it can get worse is staggeringly terrifying. And at the end, once we get through the worst part, revolution will be upon us. And this also goes for our personal lives. So an example that this could play out is it could even be psychological for some of us. There could be a real deep psychological hindrance. And something might happen on Monday or this upcoming week that triggers us, that triggers that psychological problem within us, the psychological imprint. And we're able to see it, and then we can go through the battle with it and to cut it out, which will revolutionize our way of thinking, our way of experiencing our life in our world. Or it could be physical. Like I said, somebody could receive a trigger, a soreness on their body, come to find out it's some sort of, toxic growth, and then they have to, boom, get it cut off and removed. Or this could happen in a relationship. We can realize that, our girlfriend or our boyfriend is actually, very two-faced to us. And then we have to go through the motions of cutting them out of our lives. So whatever happens, it will be a revolution in our lives. And that's the good news. It will be a liberation. The bad news is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. So this is why we regulate our nervous systems this weekend. We take care of ourselves this weekend. If we have any spiritual practice, we dive into it this weekend. We really put ourselves in second gear. Maybe we take magnesium. Maybe we do extra working out. But what we want to do is we want to maintain an even keel and keep a level head this week, because things can be incredibly explosive and quite dangerous. The last time that Mars was exactly aligned with Algol, I was at a concert with my partner, and we were given backstage passes because he is friends with the artist. And before the main artist arrived, we were hanging out backstage with the other band members with our wristbands, and the event manager came up to me, got within 2 or 3 inches of my face and started screaming at me and asked me where I got my wristband from, and said that I said, oh no, I was, given it, I'm on the list, and totally just harassed me. And then he actually grabbed me and pulled me into him and ripped my wristband off, kicked me out of the backstage, and then kicked my partner out. And then we had to wait about an hour for the main artist, who's a very famous, world-renowned, super were legend status artists to arrive. And once that artist arrived, he heard what happened and he had to tell that event manager, hey, no, those, if she's with him, they're in, and he's with me, so they're both with me, and you need to let them in. So that event manager had to go back out to where we were, because my partner got kicked out too. He thought that we were both lying about getting our backstage passes, and so that event manager came out and was in a totally different mood. So that's that Algol, that binary star. We got the worst of him an hour before. An hour later, he came up to us like a sweet little kitten and placed our new wristbands on our wrists and gave us a very sincere, genuine apology. He said, I heard it from the man himself, and I apologize. Okay, so we received an injustice, and then we were told that we were liars, and then it all got cleared up, you know. So that's like the energy of Algol. It's that trickster energy. So things, yeah, we ended up having an amazing night, but it sucked. It was humiliating. It was very triggering in the beginning. Yeah, but thankfully we both kept a level head, and we knew that we were invited, and we knew that we were truly welcomed there, and that this guy just didn't know it. So we were able to maintain a level head and not, you know, fight back with this event manager. And so it's about keeping a level head, trusting and knowing and having confidence in your position, and being cool. If you're cool, you'll, you know, things won't escalate with this conjunction too much. They have to escalate to a certain parameter for sure in order for change to happen, but we don't want it to escalate beyond what is necessary. So those are my 2 cents, you guys. The revolution is here. It is upon us. On the world stage, absolutely, and within each of our individual lives. Take care of yourselves, regulate your calm system, stay hydrated, stay fed, and sending big hugs. Ciao.